38-year-old Australian Jack Perkins was supposed to make his NASCAR debut in the Xfinity Series at Portland in August. However, that is no longer his NASCAR debut. But that's a positive thing because his debut has been moved up to Chicago in just 10 days? 9 days? 9 days. I think that math is correct. But Jack Perkins will now be making his NASCAR debut in the Xfinity Series race at Chicago. A last-minute deal has been put in place. According to V8 Sleuth, Jack Perkins will make an earlier-than-expected NASCAR Xfinity Series debut next week in Chicago thanks to a last-minute deal. Perkins had already locked in, as we said, a start at Portland at the end of August. He'll now also be at the wheel of that entry for the Chicago street race in an opportunity that only presented itself while he was en route to Darwin to be a part of the Supercars broadcast for last weekend. I was ready to settle in for a quiet flight, but JGR's message quickly changed that, Perkins said. It took me years to finally put together the Portland deal, and now here I was with an opportunity to race in Chicago next weekend with an offer that required an answer in just a few hours, and I'm boarding a 4-hour flight to Darwin. And then it says 888 co-owner Earl Evans and Shaw and Partners Financial Services Business, who's going to be sponsoring him at Portland. It says that Evans said, Jack called and said he had something for me to ponder for the next 4 hours. I told him I don't ponder, I make decisions. So when he revealed the opportunity, it was too good to turn down. If Jack weren't capable, we wouldn't be on board, but he is a highly successful driver and a great ambassador for our business. We are in for Portland, but Chicago is a far bigger occasion, so I told Jack we're in for Chi-Town too, and to call JGR back and make the arrangements. It's super cool we can support Jack's dream. And then Perkins later said, I can't believe how quickly it all came together. I am so thankful to everyone who immediately stopped to hear me out and jump on board for Chicago. Essentially, it's a high-flying deal made at 36,000 feet. It's so 21st century and bloody exciting. Is bloody a curse word? Can I say that? Like, is that... I know it's used a lot in British and Australian English. Can I say that? If I can't, sorry, I guess. Anywho. And then it also points out Will Brown will be in the Cup Series race that weekend. And of course, Shane Van Gisbergen's a full-time driver. He'll be in the Cup Series, but he'll also be in the Xfinity Series. So Jack Perkins, SVG, will be in the Xfinity Series race at Chicago. But what about other people? Not necessarily at Chicago. That's right. Cam Waters, we already talked about him making a Truck Series start this upcoming weekend at Lime Rock Park as the pop-up ads are blocking what I'm trying to tell you about. He has a paint scheme, or a livery, as you might call it, for Lime Rock Park. Get a look at it. Not much else to really dive into on this. It's a paint scheme. If you think it's pretty, let me know. If you think it's ugly, let me know, I guess. But the big topic of discussion here, Jack Perkins was supposed to make his Xfinity debut at Portland, but has added a date to his schedule in a very last-minute deal. Obviously, another driver with street course experience from Australia, or from Supercars, I should specify, because the first example was from New Zealand. It's another Supercars driver coming over here to the US of A for Chicago. So Saturday, we'll see both SVG and Jack Perkins. Sunday, we'll see SVG and Will Brown. The reason I'm so late on this news, I think I'm a couple hours behind, saw the F1 movie. I thought it was a solid movie. I might make a video on it tomorrow morning. I might not. I don't know yet, but it's a fun movie. If you take out, just relax and watch the movie, and you're going to have fun. If you don't look, just have fun. If you have fun, if you relax, take the stress off your shoulders. You're going to have fun watching that movie. Also, question about that movie. Why did they play the Liechtenstein national anthem during the British Grand Prix? That was really confusing. Outside of that, man, we can dive into more details tomorrow. But thanks for watching this video. Very quick video. But Jack Perkins making his Xfinity debut a little bit earlier than anticipated.